Keith Hackett blasts SFA as unacceptable. Rangers news emerges. Barry Ferguson's dropping bombshells before a massive European night. Raskin and Diomande transfer interest set as Rangers exit on cards. Ally McCoist names 3 next Rangers manager contenders as he names trio of transfers new boss must make. Want to see these and more Rangers news? Stay until the end. It's Europa League Thursday, and once again, Ibrox is ready to become a theatre of dreams under the floodlights. Rangers versus Athletic Bilbao. And if there was ever a night to show what you're made of, this is it. Now look, let's be honest. After that flat-out disaster at Easter Road, where Rangers rolled over to a limp 2-0 defeat to Hibs, Barry Ferguson was lucky there were more empty seats than voices left by full time. The only reason he didn't get booed off was because half the punters had already made their way to the subway. But tonight, it's different. It always is in Europe. Barry's back in his element, juggling suspensions, bad form, and fan pressure like a Glaswegian magician. Sutar and Diomande are both out through suspension, so he's being forced into changes. But you can bet he's not stopping there, because let's face it, he needs to shake things up. Jack Butland's name is on everyone's lips again, but for the wrong reasons. 100 appearances for Rangers, but this season he's conceded more goals than appearances. Confidence gone. He dropped another clanger at the weekend and focus starting to lose patience. Some are even calling for Liam Kelly to step in. Can you imagine? Then there's Cyril Dazers, huffing and puffing but blowing nothing down lately. The calls for Hamza Igamane to lead the line are growing louder, and it might finally be his time. Barry says he's not afraid to make the big calls, says he's not here to hand out charity starts. And good on him for that, because if we're being real, this might be our last shot at silverware this season. With Celtic stumbling through their own chaos, there's still pride to play for, but Europe is where we can make a real statement. Athletic Bilbao are no mugs, 4th in La Liga, full of pace, full of confidence, and they've just rotated their goalkeeper for a cup tie. Maybe Rangers should take note. The squad's out, it's bold, it's mixed. There's youth, there's risk, and there's Ferguson's future hanging in the balance. If Jack Butland starts tonight and drops another howler, should Rangers bin him at the end of the season, even if it means signing a new number 1 from scratch? Another week, another head-scratcher from the SFA, and you'll love this one. Rangers, already no strangers to questionable decisions from the powers at Hampton, have found themselves at the heart of another baffling episode, this time involving none other than Vaclav Cerny. You remember the match at Parkhead back in March, right? Rangers went there, handled their business, and came away with a win that rattled the Celtic lot. But in the aftermath, all the headlines focused on Cerny spraying water at the Celtic support. A bit daft? Maybe. But criminal? Come on. Now, Police Scotland decided it wasn't criminal, which is at least one sensible decision. But everyone's eyes turned to the SFA, and what have they come up with? A slap on the wrist, a formal warning, and no suspension. That's it. No ban, no match missed. Just a don't do that again from compliance officer Martin Black. And here's where it gets really spicy. Former top referee Keith Hackett, who's seen it all in the game, came out swinging, calling the SFA's decision unacceptable and warning it sets a dangerous precedent. He reckons Cerny's got off light. Now here's the extra twist. Cerny's on loan from Wolfsburg, and while he's bagged 17 goals and chipped in with 7 assists this season, there's still no guarantee he'll stay. If Rangers want him permanently, it'll cost them a reported £7 million. That would make him one of the most expensive signings in the club's history. Barry Ferguson wants him signed up tomorrow. And let's be honest, on form, it's hard to argue. But in a summer where budgets are tight and priorities are piling up, it's a big call. Come on, Hackett's acting like Cerny soaked him personally. It was a daft wee squirt of water. He needs to calm down, man. Talk about making a mountain out of a molehill. Just when you think things can't get any more unpredictable at Ibrox, along comes the summer transfer window, looming like a dark cloud over what's already been a chaotic season. Now, despite the mess we've had to watch week in, week out, a couple of shining lights have emerged. Nico Raskin and Mohamed Diomande, two names that might just be lighting up other club boards down south come the summer, because word on the street is that Rangers could be tempted to cash in on the pair if the money's right. Let's break it down. Raskin's finally started looking like the player we thought we were getting. After months of looking like a square peg in Philippe Clement's setup, he's grown into the role and Belgium have taken notice. 41 appearances, 2 goals, 7 assists. Not exactly world-class output, but for a team playing the kind of grim football we've endured this season, it's more than serviceable. Then there's Diomande, a proper engine, 47 games, 6 goals, 7 assists, and the kind of presence in midfield that's been sorely missing at Ibrox for years. He's still young, still raw, but you'd struggle to find a Rangers supporter who wouldn't want him starting every big game. But here comes the rub. Stephen McGinn reckons both could be off if decent offers land on the table. And with the club's finances far from rosy, can Rangers really afford to turn down a bit of coin? Aston Villa and Leeds are sniffing about Raskin. Leeds, of course, with the whole 49ers Enterprises circus possibly taking over at Ibrox too. There's your added spice. Diomande, he'll have suitors. Clubs love an all-action midfielder with room to grow, and he's looked a cut above most in this team. And what happens if both go? Who replaces them? Who funds that rebuild? Because let's not kid ourselves. Hamza Igarmane's promising, but you don't fix a midfield with one wildcard and a prayer. This isn't just about losing 2 players. It's about the message. Are Rangers building something, or are we just a stepping stone now? If Rangers sell Raskin and Diomande this summer to balance the books, are we admitting we've turned into a feeder club for English teams, or is that the only way to rebuild properly? When Ali McCoist speaks, you listen, simple as that. And the man bleeds blue, and if anyone knows what it takes to sit in the Rangers dugout, it's him. And right now, with a new manager hunt looming larger than ever and the 49ers circling overhead, McCoist has thrown out 3 big names. And they'll get the debate going. He's talking Sean Dyche, Frank Lampard, and Steven Gerrard. Let's break that down. Dyche, hard man, no nonsense, pure discipline. But let's be real here. He's tied up with Everton, surviving on Premier League scraps. Would he ditch that for Ibrox? Not likely. Then there's Lampard, and this is the one McCoist really wanted, but Lampard, out of nowhere, is thriving at Coventry City, flying. He might be out of reach already, and that says a lot about how far we've fallen when a championship job looks more appealing than managing Rangers. And then the prodigal son, Steven Gerrard, his name still stirs emotions. He delivered 55, he stopped the 10, but his exit still leaves a bitter taste. Could he come back? Should he? McCoist's not against it, but he's not certain either. And that, right there, sums up where we're at. Nobody knows what's next. Barry Ferguson's in there now, holding the reins with a squad that already got one manager sacked. McCoist said it best, you can't expect miracles with the same lot that downed tools for Clement. Barry's doing his best, but let's not kid ourselves. The next appointment has to be nailed on. No gambles, no feel-good PR stunts. It's got to be right. And whoever takes the job, their shopping list is already written. McCoist says, forget about replacing Butland just yet. Despite another howler at the weekend against Hibs, he reckons we've got bigger holes to plug. A centre-back, a striker, and a proper midfielder to drive this team forward. And you know what? He's not wrong. There's too much deadwood, too much mediocrity, and far too much talk, not enough action. The Ibrox rebuild has to start now, not in pre-season, not after another failed campaign, now. Because every week we wait is another step behind Celtic, and that should never, ever be acceptable. If Gerrard is genuinely open to returning to Ibrox, do you welcome him back with open arms, or would bringing him back prove Rangers are stuck looking backwards instead of building forwards? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.